Good evening, everyone. As I show you this picture, some of you may look at this picture and say, it's a colorful picture, it looks refreshing, but to me, this picture simplifies my childhood memories. Some of you may say, why? A few months ago, my husband and I took our two kids, one age 15, another age 2, back home to Puerto Rico to see the family and also to get to explore our island. I moved away from Puerto Rico more than 20 years ago, and I did lose a lot of the culture, the history, although going back and forth all the time. I realized that my 15-year-old is losing a lot of that, and it is up to me to bring back to him our roots. We decided to take a road trip, and as we started riding, the first thing I saw was a van selling these things. They are called limbers. I don't know the English definition, but for us, they're limbers. Essentially, they are made out of fresh fruit juice and ice. You suck on them. But these used to be one of the to-go treats for kids back 25 years ago, and they were sold for 5 cents. My grandmother used to make them in the neighborhood. Other kids, parents, grandmothers were selling them for 5 cents a piece. Today, I bought them for $2 each. But I couldn't hold back. I had to buy a dozen of them in all different flavors. And as we drove through, I took a picture of how proud I was because it was bringing back so many memories. We drove through historic towns. Puerto Rico has to offer beaches, desert, rivers, oceans. And one of the places we got to visit first was a place called the Camuy Caves. The Camuy Caves are the 3rd largest underwater river system in the world. It is pristine nature, it's beautiful, and my kids automatically started being in awe of what they were seeing. In that trip, we also visited the largest radio telescope in the world, the Arecibo Observatory. Something that you must see if you go visit the island. At nighttime, that same day, we went to a bay, a bioluminescent bay. There are only 5 in the world, and Puerto Rico has 3. It is a must-go-to place if you're visiting. My kids could not believe what they were seeing. It's essentially microorganisms that as you kayak or swim through the bay, they turn luminescent, bluish neon color. It was amazing. And I have to say that some of those places that we visited, even being raised there, we did not get to see. My parents didn't take me there. So I was taking it all in for myself as much as I was for my kids. On the next day, we decided to go on the historic side and see Old San Juan, the capital. The first place we went to visit was the Executive Mansion. The Executive Mansion, still operating today, is the oldest executive mansion in the New World. Still with the governor there, security there, it is beautiful. We also got to see 2 of the oldest churches in the Western Hemisphere. It is amazing to know the history that Puerto Rico has to offer, the tourist locations that Puerto Rico has to offer, and I was born there. You don't get to value these things as much when you're there than when you move away. And when you have kids, your kids need to understand that, need to understand your roots, need to understand where you come from, our color of our skin, from the Spaniards' background, the African slaves, and the Taino Indians. And with that, I hope you too one day have a taste of Puerto Rico.